Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to learn about the planning premises. Okay? In the last lecture, we have discussed about the planning process. But in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the planning premises. We are fully clear about the planning. Now we have to learn about the premises. What is premises? What is actually planning premises is? So here planning premises means a systematic and logical estimate for the future factors affecting planning. According to Dr. George R. Terry, planning premises are the assumptions providing a background against which the estimated events affecting the planning will take place. Or here, in the simple word, we can say that whatever factors are going to affect to the planning, it's called planning premises. Okay, there are many negative points or positive points which affecting to the planning. So overall we can say that all the factors, tangible or intangible factors which affecting to the planning, it's called planning premises. Okay, so planning premises means systematic and logical estimate for the future factors affecting planning, or whatever factors are going to affect in the future, okay, in the planning. So these affecting factors which are going to affect the planning in the future, it's called planning premises. ઓકે, જે બી પરિબળો ભવિષ્યમાં આયોજનને અસર કરતા હોય એ બધા પરિબળોને આપણે પ્લાનિંગ પ્રિમાઇસીસ કહેશું. ઓકે, નેક્સ્ટ હિયર planning premises can be divided in three parts, in 3 points: internal and external planning premises, uncontrollable, semi-controllable and controllable premises, and third one is quantitable and non-quantitable premises. So here internal and external premises are the main point for the planning premises, or there are many sub points which we have to learn under the planning premises, and the sub point is internal and external planning premises. So which are the internal and which are the external planning premises? Here you must clear about the planning premises. Planning premises can be divided in the 3 parts. First part is internal and external planning premises. Second one is uncontrollable, controllable and semi-controllable premises. And third one is quantitable and non-quantitable premises. Okay, so here the first point is internal and external planning premises. So internal planning premises is covering 6 points. Which are these 6 points? Like employees, materials and parts, organization's policy, investment, future development and sales. These are the 6 important internal planning premises. Okay, these are the sub point of planning premises. Planning premises can be divided in 3 parts. 3 parts under that. The first part is internal and external premises. Here the internal premises cover 6 points. Which are these 6 points? Like employees, material and parts, organization's policy, investment, future development and sales. These are the 6 planning premises, internal planning premises. Okay, so how employees are the planning premises, internal planning premises? Because how many employees we require in the organization, which types of the employees we require in the organizations, which quality we require from the employees to perform the particular activities, which affecting the planning, which affecting the future decision. That's why it is the internal part, internal planning premises, which can affecting to the future planning. That's why employees are the internal planning premises, or in a simple word we can say that it is the affecting point which affecting to the planning in the futures. Yes, number of employees are the affecting factors, quality of the employees is affecting factor. Second one is materials and parts. Okay, yes, here we can say that which types of material we require, because on the base of the material we are deciding the future quality. On the base of the material we can decide the shape of the product, etc., etc. So these are the internal points which affecting to the planning, because material is not the easy point for the organization. It is the very difficult point, like collecting the same material for the longer period of time, because if there is a change in a material, there is a change in the parts of the material, we are not able to maintaining the quality of the product. That's why here we can say that it is the affecting point for the planning. So materials and parts are the internal policy, internal premises, or internal factors which affecting to the planning. Clear till here? The next point is organization policy. Yes, policy means rules and regulations. Whose rules and regulations? Organizations rules and regulations affecting to the planning. So here we can say that whatever policy decided by the organization to follow in the futures, and this policy affecting the internal way of work, internal parts, internal activities. So it is the affecting factor for the planning. Yes, so organization policy is the affecting factor. Next is investment. Yes, company can decide how much money I want to invest, in which area, in which field, in which machineries. So investment is also affecting to the planning. If we want to achieve some goal in the organization, but we are not able to investing the money, so we are not able to fulfill the planning. So how much investment, where to investment, in which field to invest, etc., extra point are related to the investment point, and investment point is the affecting factors for the planning. So it is the internal point, which is, we can say that it is the internal area of the organization. Future development. Yes, future development is also the internal part, internal planning premises, because here we have to decide in which area we want to develop, in which area we want to expand. On the basis of the future development we are deciding the planning. On the basis of the future planning we can say that it is the our area of development. So development for the future area is also affecting to the organization or affecting to the planning premises. And the last point in the internal planning premises is sales. Yes, because we are targeting, we are deciding, we are predicting the sales in the future. If sales is not as per the expectations, as per the decided things, so that it will affecting to the planning. On the basis of sale we decide that if we will achieve the particular goal, then we will take the particular expansion policies, particular investment, etc., etc. point depending on the sales side. If there is a change in a sales which affecting to the whole planning premises, which is internal factors, which is internal factors to affecting to the planning. So these are the 6 important planning premises under the internal planning premises. Okay, now the next point is external planning premises. Here external planning premises, which are the points which we can cover under the external side. External side we can say that outside the organization, which is not under the organization but which is outside the organizational factors, which can be covered under as a external planning premises. Which are the external planning premises? External planning premises cover 4 points, and these 4 points cover sub points. Okay, which are the sub points, which are the 4 important points in the external planning premises? The first one is related to the general business environment. Related to the general business environment is the first external point which affecting to the planning premises, and there are 5 sub points of this related to the general business environment. Now the next one is related to government. Yes, related to the government is the external planning premises, and under that there are 5 sub points under the related to the government planning premises. Third one is related to product factors, and fourth one is related to production factors. Like here we have also given the same things like planning premises, internal planning premises and external planning premises. You can write down any of this one. If you want to write down this one, you can. If you want to write down this one, you can. Okay, so it is on you, but the concept is same in both side. I will explain you this point because here we are able to cover the whole points of this point also. Okay, next. So external. First point is related to general business environment. Here we can say that competition, competitors, which affecting to us, which affecting to the production of our company, production of our organization, planning of our organization. So here we can say that there is a general environment. Under the general environment, which factors, business general environment, which factors affecting to the our business, our planning premises. So here there are price level. If you are selling the product at 10 rupees, but your competitor or the same product is sold by other organization in 8 rupees, so you cannot survive in the market. If you are giving the same quality but a different price, so here we can say that price level is the point of general business environment, because our competitor is selling the different price range product for the same quality, so we have to also manage these things. So it is the external point which affecting to the future to us, or it is the affecting to the planning premises, planning in the future. Next one is trade cycle. Trade cycle is nothing but a number of times we are selling our products in the organization. Okay, we can say that up down. When there is a peak area side, that time the selling is different. When there is a recession, that time the selling is different. So that trade cycle, long trade cycle, short trade cycle, moderate trade cycle, these are the affecting factors to us. These are the points which we can say that it is the planning premises to us, so that it is the general business environment. Third is population trend. Population trend. If the maximum population of our area is covering the particular way of business or accepting the particular product, so how we can change their mind? It is very difficult. For example, when Vodafone and Idea providing the internet services at 1 GB cost is nearly 250 rupees, but now when the Jio entered in this field, they have changed all the method. So as per the method we have to change. So here we can say that the population trend is also affecting to us. Now the population trend is 400 rupees, unlimited data, unlimited calling. So this is the external factor to the competitors to follow, because the maximum number of the population want these types of methods. So we cannot go against to this method, but we have to follow this method. That's why it is the population trend. Which trend they actually want, population want. Now the next point is technological changes. Yes, if there is a latest technology available in the market, so the person or the organization who are accepting this technology, they can survive in the market in a smooth way. But the person who are not accepting the changes, they can face many problems in the organization. The organization will face if they are not accepting the changes in the market. For example, there is a trend of accepting the 4G network. So the company who have accepted the 4G network, who have implemented this technology in their business, they are surviving the market. But the company who were not able to accept this technology in their field, like Docomo, Aircel, Uninor, these companies were not able to accept these changes in the market. Nowadays they are not surviving in the market. So this is the example of external planning premises under the general business environment. The last point is social revolution. Social revolution is nothing but the change of the mindset. Employees or peoples changing their behavior, changing their trend. So it is the social revolutions or the development of the society which affecting to the business also. For example, Rasna juice or Rasna Sarbat were very famous in the market, and the most of the time in a guest coming into our home, that time we serve them a Rasna product. But nowadays revolution arise, different product arise. We are using Thumbs Up, Coca-Cola to serve the guest. So because of the social revolution, the company's product demand goes down. Rasna is not surviving right now because social revolution, change in the mindset of the people. That's why, so it is the external planning premises to us as an organization. Yes. Second point under the external planning premises is related to government. Yes, whatever decision taken by the government which is compulsory for the organization to accept and to follow the government rules and regulations which affecting to the planning. For example, lockdown, it is compulsory for all. For example, GST, it is compulsory for all the organization. Like so these are the points which compulsory accepted by the organization. Clear? So which are these points? Like government control, whatever decision taken by the government of India which follow by the organization. If they are not following the rules and regulations which decided by the government of India, then they can not survive in the market. For example, in Gujarat, government has banned the liquor. So no one can sell liquor in our country, in our state. So we can say that it is the control of government, so that these types of company cannot survive in the market or in the state. Like fiscal policy, money related policy, budget decided by the government of India. Budget, tax, GST, this is the fiscal policy or financial related decision taken by the government of India which is accepted by the organization which located in our country. So we can say that whatever fiscal policy decided by the government of India which is compulsory to the company who located in our country. So fund inflow, fund outflow, monetary budget, etc. is the fiscal policy. Like tax structure, relaxation under the tax, etc. is the fiscal policy which is decided by the government and followed by the organization. Political stability, yes, if there is a change in a political stability, like every 5 years there is an election. Okay, so which government came into the power? The government which party came into the power, they decide their own rules, they decide their other rules and regulations which is also affecting to the business, to the organization, and ultimately it is the affecting point for the planning which actions we are going to take in the future, but we cannot take any actions because of this decision. So these are the point of political stability. Population trend, same point which we have learned under the general business environment. Okay, the same point we can cover under the related to the government. International political system, whatever political system changed by the international level. For example, change in the US tax structure which also affecting to our country, because we are also doing our business globally, we are selling our product in out of the country. So whatever political changes arises in the out of the country which also affecting to the business of our country. So here we can say that international political system is also affecting to the our organization in the future or planning premises. Clear till here? third point, related to product factors. Under that there are two subpoints: industry demand and individual firm demand. Like industry related factors or the related to the product factors, many times industry demand the particular raw material in the market, and many times individual firm can demand particular product. Here we can say that industry wise we can say that raw material related product demanded by the organization which affecting to the planning premises, but the individual firm is also demanding the particular product. In our country there are 29 states, and every state following the different techniques, rules and regulations in a different area. There are different organizations following the different things. So as per the industry demand and as per the individual firm demand, which affecting to the planning premises in our country. Industry demand we can say that when particular industry demanding particular point, for example mobile industry demanding the display of the mobile from the different company, like the display manufacturer is China, so we can say that whole industry demanding the display. Individual firms demand, we can say that particular firm is demanding the product, which is also affecting to the planning premises. Now the fourth one, the last one of the external planning premises is related to production factors, like plant location, labor availability, material and parts supply, financial availability. Like plant location is also affecting factors. Okay, where is the location of the organization, where the production location of the organization, which affecting to the planning premises. Many times we can say that if the location of the factory is near to the containment zone, so they are not working nowadays. Why? Because the location of the company is near to containment zone nowadays. So these companies are not working. Whatever planning they have decided to do in the future, they can not do these things. So which is the plant location affecting to the planning premises. Second one is labor availability. They have decided the number of labor available in the future from the particular market, but now it is not possible to available these types of labor to the company, like material and parts supply. Many times we have decided we are getting the material from the particular area, etc. For example, from the China we have decided we will purchase this material from the China, but now they are not able to sell this or to supply the material to our countries, or our country has banned particular items to supply in our country, so which is affecting to the planning premises. And the last point is financial availability. If we have decided we are going to take the particular action in our organization, but we have shortage of the finance, what happened? We are not able to implement any plan if there is a shortage of the money, finance, or there is a different way of money incoming. So financial availability is also affecting factors to the organization. So these are the four external points, and under these 4 points there are many sub points which we have discussed in detail. Clear? Now the next point is uncontrollable, semi-controllable and controllable planning premises. Uncontrollable, semi-controllable and controllable premises. Here we can say that the premises which we can solve, the premises which we can control, but not 100% premises we can control, but out of the 100, 50% of the premises we can control. So these types of premises called semi-controllable premises. Uncontrollable premises is which we cannot control these things. For example, government policy, government rules and regulations, which organization cannot control the government. So that it is the uncontrollable premises, or external premises, ultimately nothing but uncontrollable premises. And the controllable premises, which is related to the internal parts of the organization, like salary increment for the employees, holiday to the employees. So these are the controllable premises to the organization. And here these are the 3 points covered under the second point, like uncontrollable premises, semi-controllable premises and controllable premises. The last point or third point is quantitable and non-quantitable. The product which can be affecting very deeply, which can count, it's called quantitable, and product or the decisions which cannot controllable and which cannot affectable, or if it is affecting to the planning premises but we cannot count the exact amount of loss or exact amount of profit out of this procedure. So these types of planning premises called quantitable and non-quantitable premises. Quantitable premises means we can easily find out the effect in a numerical forms, but when we are not able to find out these things in a numerical form in a perfect data, so it is called non-quantitable premises. Clear till here? Under the planning premises there are 3 points: internal and external planning premises, second one is uncontrollable, semi-controllable and controllable premises, and third one is quantitable and non-quantitable premises. Under that, here internal and external planning premises can be divided in a 2 parts: internal and external planning premises. Internal planning premises sub points are 6, like employees, material and parts, organization policy, investment, future development and sale. External planning premises cover 4 points related to general business environment, related to government, related to product factors, related to production factors. Okay, the same point is here. Here the points are same, just learn it. Okay, clear? We will learn this point in the next lecture, process of planning premises. These are the last point for our, and then module is over. So that's all for today's lecture. If any students have any doubts, please feel free to ask. Thank you.